Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Referee Radio. It's JFox40 here, your host. And I'm pretty excited because this is the first of a three-part series that I'm going to do that is going to focus on the three main principles of becoming and being a good referee. So if you break down refereeing into three areas, it is said that 33.3% of the game is knowledge and application of the laws of the game. Okay, do you know the laws of the game? Do you understand the laws of the game and how they are interpreted and how they are applied in the game? Now, people will vary in these areas in their strengths. Okay, some guys that you work with, they're masters at knowing every little detail about the laws of the game. And it's good to have some of those guys around that have those photographic memories and can, recite the law verbatim. Okay, that's good. But it only really makes up about a third of what you're actually going to need to be a total referee. Now, the other third, the other 33.3% is physical fitness. Now, this might be a hard fact for some of you lazy bones out there who just want to go out on a Saturday and stroll around the center circle, maybe even pitch a tent there and have a picnic, and you're not running, you're not sharp. Let me tell you something about being physically fit for a second. Okay, when you're physically fit and you're active, it increases your oxygen intake. Okay, and that goes directly to your brain. Okay, you become more aware. You become sharper. And you're dialed in. You can keep up with play. You can be close to diffuse situations. You can be close enough so people won't second guess your decisions, wondering why the hell you called a penalty kick from 45 yards away. Okay? Physical fitness. And the last, and which is one of the most critical, which is why I'm starting with this one, is mental strength. It's mental. It's the demands that are put upon you as a referee. And what do we mean by mental strength? Where do you start with mental strength? Okay, because having knowledge and having understanding and knowledge of application of the laws of the game is excellent. But do you have the mental strength to apply that law? And what do I mean? Do you have the courage? Do you have the guts? And no offense to our female audience, but do you guys out there have the cojones? When everybody's, on your shit to make the call that needs to be made? Do you have the guts to be able to make that send-off when it's a really, really tough situation? Do you have the guts to stand up to players who want to intimidate you into making calls? Is your ego hurt when people question your calls? Does that influence when people are dissenting you or questioning you verbally? Does that influence how you call a game? Do you see what I mean? You have to be mentally tough. Your job out there as the referee is not to be friends. And you get some of these guys out there that want to be friends with everybody. And hey, it's a good thing to have a positive attitude and be friendly with people. And to introduce yourself to a coach, but you have to maintain a level of professionalism. You are not out there to be anybody's buddy. You're not out there for people to pat you on the back and approve of the job that you do. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not there for their enjoyment. You're there for the safety of everyone out on that field of play, regardless of the situation. So the mental strength is tough. And these categories flow into one another because you need the physical fitness part of that, because at the end, especially in those higher level games, those 90s, when you're going the full 90 and you've got 5 or 10 minutes left in the game and it's a 1-1 match and you're back and forth on the sprints, do you have the physical fitness to keep up and not let it affect your mental judgment? Are you mentally strong enough to push your body where it needs to go? Okay, these are the things, and it doesn't matter how far do you want to take it. But listen, you owe that to the game if you are on games that are higher level, higher age group. And I've seen too many guys out there that are not cut out for it physically, and they're not cut out for it, and that hurts their mental strength. And it doesn't matter whether or not they are masters at the laws of the game, because you need to improve those other aspects. And I'm not saying if you're an older referee, we love you guys. You guys are the best referees out there because you're out there every damn weekend because you love it. Okay? And that's great. We love that kind of attitude. But guys, we're spending the time. And I know some old cats out there, man, that really freaking run. And I love these guys. I love working with them. When we're doing some of the youth tournaments and stuff, or every now and then on the league, you get working with some of the senior referees, and they hustle some of these guys. They're emeritus referees, state guys, and they still like to get out there and run. I mean, come on, take advantage of the time. I mean, some of you could use burning a few extra calories out there, running out to the penalty box or run into the corner flag. And I want to get back on mental toughness real quick, because I want to add that mental toughness doesn't mean being an authoritarian out there on the pitch. Okay, yes, you want to be stern with people. You want to be a good manager of people. And that's where mental strength can help you, because you understand what's going to happen in the situation. You understand your position on the field as a third party that's able to separate your emotions from all the other emotions that are rising from these people that are involved in the competition. And that takes mental strength to be able to isolate yourself, remove yourself, be that third party, that impartial party. And that comes with mental strength. And as you know, the higher you get up and the higher levels you do, the more intense your games are. That mental strength you are going to be called upon that over and over again, to be firm, to have boundaries, to address things before they happen, to have the courage, the mental fortitude, the bravery. I don't know how many adjectives I could use to describe this, people, but mental strength is a huge factor. And I know I've kind of covered all of these, and I want to get deeper into some of these, but those are the 3 phases. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about physical fitness coming up here in the next episode. So stay tuned. I'm also going to talk a little bit about laws and application. Obviously, that other third, because these 3 things, we have all of us individually intersect in these 3 areas. And it's important for us as referees to acknowledge to ourselves where our strengths are and where our weaknesses are in these realms, so we can improve on them. And once we do that, create more balance Because as referees, I mean, it is a balancing act. And those of you who have been doing this and doing it seriously and know what I'm talking about, it's a balancing act. And the more strength you have in all those areas, the better the referee that you're going to become. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JFox40. Stay tuned. It's Referee Radio. Get out there on the pitch. Talk to you next time.